Hello everyone and welcome back to Soul Stay Meek. My name is Beth and I am here today with my weekend reads video. Now I have 4 books to talk to you about and then I'm going to answer some of the questions that I didn't have for my previous Q&A video from a couple of days ago. I somehow lost those questions and a couple of my friends whose questions I couldn't find were kind enough to re-ask them for me so I could give you guys the answers. So if you want to know what those questions and answers are, stick around to the end of the video. For now, let's get into the books. So the first 2 books I have are on my phone. They are on Scribd, and one of them is an audiobook. One of them is an ebook. The audiobook is Bookish Boyfriends, A Date with Darcy. And this book is by Tiffany Schmidt. And it just sounded cute. And I'm 11 chapters in. And so far it is just very cute. And then the ebook I have is Danielle Fishel's memoir. Normally this would be Cause for Concern. So here, I don't know if you can see them very well. Here are their covers for you. I'm about 50% through Danielle Fishels, and I just love her. I always have. I've always kind of looked at her as someone who could probably be one of my best friends if we could just meet. She played Topanga on Boy Meets World and Girl Meets World, and just every interview, every article I've ever read made her seem so personable. Her memoir is very well written and funny. And she definitely seems like the kind of person I would want to be friends with. So that's making me very happy right now. And then the 2 physical books I have, the first one is a library book, and that is The Secrets of Gaslight Lane by M.R.C. Kasassian. I'm never going to get it right, guys. Anyway, this is book 4 in the Gower Street Detective series. I have prattled on about the first 3 books in the series for the last month. So I'm going to stop right there and just say that I've read the first 7 chapters and I'm super loving being back in the world after only a week or so away, but still super loving being back in that world. I adore the series. If you like cozy mysteries and think Sherlock is too nice, I think you might enjoy this series of books. You should definitely check it out. And then the 4th and final book I'm working on this weekend is Thomas Wildis and the Book of Sorrows by J.M. Bergen. The publisher emailed me and asked if I would be interested in an ARC, and I said, yes, please. It sounds very interesting. And so they very kindly sent me a signed advanced review copy. And this sounds really very fantastical and magical, and I'm super looking forward to reading it. I don't know a whole bunch about it, and I had thought about reading the back to you, but I think I'll just wait until I read it and then tell you about it then. But basically, Thomas's father has been gone for a few years, and he is now turning 13, and this guy approaches him in a little bookshop and ask him if he would like to look at this book, which is the Book of Sorrows, and he agrees and he gets catapulted into a world of adventure. So I am really looking forward to that magical adventure story, and I will let you know more about it when I know more about it myself. So that is the end of my Friday Reads video, and if you just wanted to stick around for the books, then I really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe if you're new. Have a great weekend. But if you want to know what the questions were that I somehow managed to misplace last week, go ahead and stick around because now I'm going to answer those for you. So my friend Fiona over at Reads and Eats commented, question number 1, if you could invite 5 people to a dinner party, who would they be? I know a lot of people want to invite famous people to dinner parties, and I think that would be fun. But other than Danielle Fishel, probably, because I think she would be awesome at a party, my 5 random people to invite to a dinner party and actually get to hang out with would probably be booktubers. I'd love to be able to have a dinner party with Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books, Akos from Akosawa. I don't even remember what her channel name is. Her name is Akosawa, and I think her channel name is Akos. Jordan from the, she's changed her channel name again, the Bookie Babe, the Jordan, you know who you are, babe. Mwah. And then, Danielle Fishel, probably Fiona, maybe get Lauren from Lauren in the Books, and David, her boyfriend. This booktubers. I would love to have a big booktuber dinner party and just all of us hang out. All right. Number 2, which fictional world would you most like to visit? Ooh, that one is difficult because there's so many amazing fictional worlds I can speak. I'd love to go to Hobbiton. I'd love to visit Narnia. Of course, I'd love to go to Hogwarts. I'd love to show up on Gower Street and spend the day with March Middleton laughing at Sydney Grice. But only one day because I don't think I could do more than a couple hours over there. Just so many amazing worlds. And I want to go to the alternate Earth wherein Evelyn Hugo resided so that I can watch the Little Women. I need to see her as Jo because that is just so far out of my mind. I just do not have any idea. All right. Number 3, where in the world would you most like to visit? I want to go on a tour of the UK at some point. It's very difficult for me to choose which place would be, top, but Scotland, Ireland, England. I also want to go to Germany. So I need to do a European tour, just a European tour. And then the last of Fiona's questions was, what is your favorite book? Which I usually just go, oh, Pride and Prejudice is my favorite book. And it is. But there are a lot of other amazing books that are right up there with it. So I don't know how I can choose. City of Ghosts and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo are my 2 favorites from this year. But then I've got my favorites like So You Want to Be a Wizard by Diane Duane, The Babysitter's Club, Pride and Prejudice. So many amazing books that I read and reread, and they never lose their charm because book worlds are amazing. And then Amber from Ambi Crafts Reads asks, what is a genre you never read and why? I can't say never because I will read across everything, but I typically don't read contemporary, especially YA contemporary romances. They just don't, I don't connect with the characters. They don't feel real. They didn't when I was a teenager, and now they seem even more ridiculous. And then in my Q&A, I talked about the music that I have, and she said, you didn't mention any country music. Do you not like it? I do like country music. I actually have a lot of country music on my playlist, and I'm not sure how I avoided mentioning it. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, so like late 80s, early 90s country is kind of my favorite. But Kane Brown is amazing and has a gorgeous voice and is just flat out gorgeous. I love him and his music as well. Favorite TV shows at the moment and of all time, and movies. So my favorite TV shows, I'm binge watching The Flash. I also really like the new show Single Parents. My favorite movie of all time is The Labyrinth, but I love Suicide Squad, all of the Avengers movies, the Justice League. I know it's not the best movie, but I do really enjoy it. The Jurassic Park movies, um, those teen movies from the 90s and early 2000s, Bring It On, 10 Things I Hate About You, She's All That, all those. I love those movies. Favorite comfort food, book, song, show, movie, activity, etc. Hot tea, coffee. I'll put on The Labyrinth. I listen to music depending on my mood. I can listen to hard rock, heavy metal, and have it soothe me to sleep. It just depends on what my mood is. Comfort food, chips and salsa. Popcorn, chips and salsa. Yeah. Uh, and then some of my daughter's favorites. My daughter's favorite books of the moment are Magic Tree House, and there's a series about this little girl called Kylie Jean Carter, and Kylie Jean is a queen of everything. And so every little book, she's the basketball queen or she's the cooking queen, but they're really, really well written and really, really cute. And she likes cake, lots of cake and candy. but actually she doesn't eat a lot of meat. She just doesn't like meat very much. She eats a whole lot of vegetables, and she loves mac and cheese enchiladas with red sauce. Fictional character do you find most interesting? Uh, there are a lot of really interesting fictional characters, so it depends on what kind of interesting you want. Like, I want to dissect, well, not dissect, but kind of get to know the tick behind Saruman, behind Gandalf, behind Dumbledore, not Snape. I don't care. Y'all can lynch mob me. He's not romantic. He's a sleazeball. Fight me. Go for it. Um, it just oh, no. But the Goblin King, yes. Um, what fictional characters do you think would be interesting to have in our world? Please bring me the Goblin King. He can live with me. It's okay. We have room. I pretty much think every fictional character would be interesting to bring into our world from theirs, if only to watch them flounder for a little bit before putting them nicely back in their habitat. You said you're an 80s and 90s girl, so what are some of your favorites from them? Oh, so many things. The Kids Incorporated back when we had it, the Alice in Wonderland TV show, Thundercats, Rainbow Bright, Jim and the Holograms. Love Jim and the Holograms. The real Ninja Turtles, because whatever this nonsense is ain't the real Ninja Turtles. Boy Meets World, of course. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Saved by the Bell. Ugh, does anybody else remember like rushing home to watch Saved by the Bell in the afternoons, and then Friday nights were TGIF and football? Like, just me? Okay. But those were the other questions that I got asked. So there you have it. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. Hope that you guys have a fabulous weekend. Let me know what you're reading, doing, if you have any other questions for me down in the comment section below. I will talk to you again soon. Until then, have a great day. Bye.